Okay. Now, taking forward from the last class, okay, we have I explained you the course curriculum of the last class, and we clarify all the doubts, whatever you are having it. So, taking forward from the like we are going to look at the life cycle of data science. Okay, so what is the life cycle of data science? Now, before getting into the life cycle of data science, let's quickly look at these things. Okay, what is machine learning? What is deep learning? What is time series? What is generative AI? Not the time series, like machine learning, deep learning, generative AI, and agentic AI. Okay, so we are going to see the difference between them. So AI versus ML versus DL versus Gen AI. Okay. Now, so if we want to define, so artificial intelligence, yeah, I already defined it over here. So artificial intelligence is this. You can keep it as it is, and you can use any of them. It is a field of computer science which is used to build the intelligence machine capable of performing the task typically requires the human intelligence. Or you can also say this one, artificial intelligence refers to the intelligence displayed by the humans that simulates the human intelligence. Let's take this one. This is what is called as artificial intelligence. Okay, artificial intelligence. So how to define this one? This is the one we will be used to define this artificial intelligence. Now, artificial intelligence was first coined by a gentleman called as John McCarthy. John McCarthy in the year 1956. Yes, it was like 70 years back. Okay. Yes, artificial intelligence was first coined by John McCarthy in 1956. And where he coined in a conference held by Dartmouth College, which is under MIT. Okay, they call this conference as Dartmouth Conference, which comes under the MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology University. It is under, and you know, when this gentleman, the John McCarthy, when he came down on the dais and when he started speaking about the artificial intelligence, now he was not having anything materialistic with him. He was having an end-to-end complete process how we can make the intelligent machines which can mimic human behavior, which can behave like humans. That is what is called as artificial intelligence. He was not having anything materialistic, but he was having an end-to-end process. Now you may get it a doubt that okay, it is in 1956. Why now? Why we are learning now after such a long time of 70 years? Now, suppose if you want to buy a computer, now you will not buy a computer of 70 years back, not even 5 years back computer. You want the latest ones, okay? Because mostly they were outdated. Now, why can't this be an outdated one? No. Actually, even though it was started in 1956, what happened was one of the core component what is required for the artificial intelligence is data. Okay, at that time, like in way back in 1956, the your what do you call it as they were not having so much of data at that time, first thing, and the technology was not evolved. Okay, now it doesn't mean to say that okay, they talked about the AI in 1956 and they just packed it up and now they opened it and they are speaking about AI. No, it's not like that. Over the time, right from the 1956 till now, there was a lot of development was going on a step by step process. Lot of research was happened. Slowly the people started developing the AI applications one after the other, and real development started from the 2000, because from the 2000 there was internet, there was laptops, and as the year passed they came up with the smartphones, and there were so many social media, all these things were there. Because of that, an abundant humongous amount of data was generated, and since then the actual boom took over. Okay, so again, one more thing, what is the actual potential of AI? In that, we are not even like 3 to 4%. Whatever we are doing right now with the chat GPT and Gemini and all those things, we are not even like 4 to 5% of the actual potential of the AI. Okay, now just imagine if we are using the 50% of the actual potential of the AI, then our life will be really amazing. Okay, that when we use it for the welfare of the mankind, then it will be like that. Now if you use it in the negative way, like then the things will be really worst. Okay, now that is what is AI. AI is nothing but it is going to develop the intelligent machines which can behave like humans. That is what is meant by AI. What is machine learning? See, um, machine learning. Now, okay, I just wanted to show you this guy. What's his name? Like John McCarthy, so that it will be better to know him. John McCarthy over here. He's the one. Okay, and I'm just taking this one. He's the guy. Okay, I'm just putting his pic over here. Okay, make it a bit smaller. Now, what is machine learning? See, machine learning is it is like it is a type of artificial intelligence. Machine learning is a type of artificial intelligence that allows machine to extract the intelligence from the data on its own. Okay, so it will extract, the machines extract the intelligence, like knowledge out of the data on its own without explicitly programming. We are not going to program each and every time, or we are not going to change this program each and every time. Whenever you give the data, the model will be so intelligent that it is going to extract the knowledge and whatever intelligence is required from the data on its own without explicitly programmed. That is what is called as machine learning. Machine learning is a type of artificial intelligence that allows machines to extract intelligence from data on its own without explicitly programmed. Now, Just give me a second. Yeah. Now, this is what it is. Machine learning is um, is a type of artificial intelligence that allows the machines to extract intelligence from the data on its own without explicitly programmed. Now, what does this exactly mean is we are going to create a model, guys, like this. I told you what is a model means. It is a program based on the algorithm. We call it as a model. Okay. Now, I created a model over here. This is my model. And what I'll do it is to this model, I will give the data. This is my data. I'm giving the data to the model over here. Okay. Now, what it will do it is, this model will be smart enough to extract the knowledge from the data. It will extract the knowledge out of the data. Okay. Now, this is my model. Try to understand this, guys. This is my model. Model, in a sense, as I told you, it's a program based on algorithm. This is my data. I'm giving the data. It will extract the knowledge out of this data, and it will become intelligent over here. It will become intelligent. Okay. Now, the very important thing is, once you are creating the model once, it is not specific to any data. Then based on the data, it will extract the knowledge. And if you are asking some questions based on this data, it will start giving you the answers. That is what exactly happens. We create a model and you give the data to the model, and model will be smart enough to extract the knowledge from this data, and it will become intelligence. And based on that data, you ask it, it will give you the. Now, what is this data is, maybe let's take it as a stock market, stocks. Okay, and it is going to give the answers about the stocks. Now, the same model, what you do it is, we are done with the stocks. You are going to take the same model and you give again a data. This time I'm going to give a different set of data over here to the model. Like, for example, this time I will give it as like cancer data. Let's take it over here. I'm giving it cancer data. Data over here. So what is all the cancer patients details we are giving to the model over here. Then what happens? My model will become intelligent and it will extract all the required information from this cancer data. And tomorrow, when you start asking the question about the new patient, by providing all the required details, it will say whether that person is having any chance of getting the cancer or not in a very, very early stage. Very early stage. See, the same model, data is changed. First, I gave the stock data. It was able to extract the knowledge from that, and it was giving the answers to me on the stock question. Now, when I give the cancer data to the same model, it was able to learn from the cancer data, and it was able to behave like a doctor. Literally, it is behaving like a doctor, and it is saying that when a patient can get the cancer by looking at his current situation. Okay, this is what exactly happens with our machine learning. Okay, you are here, you see it is a type that allows the machines to extract intelligence from the data on its own without explicitly program. We are not going to program each and every time. Okay, that is what is happened over here. Now, when you look at this machine learning, when the machine learning was
Sorry to disturb you. So can I
Okay.
ask one question here?
Yes, yes, please.
Yeah, actually here is we have the source is the different data sets, right? So one is that one case is the stack, one case is the cancer, but we developed the only single model. How it is giving that when we asking that different questions on the same model means can you please elaborate on this? I didn't understand this because of
See,
in the backend we have the different data, but we created the same model, and here is we are asking the different questions from that means is the users. So how this
yes.
model is giving that getting the data from that sources?
See, what it will do is like, now I'm giving in a very briefly. If you wanted detail, we will speak about this one detailedly, very detailedly in the future. But you can see it whenever you have data. Okay, whenever you have data, in a sense, I'm talking about the tabular data. Now this is my data. Okay, this is my data. Let's take it. Usually our data, I'm talking about the textual data, I'm not talking about the images, or I'm not talking about the a big lengthy textual data. I'm talking about the tabular data over here. So what is happens is, this tabular data, usually it will be having two major components. This is called as columns, and these are called as rows or records, anything we can, or samples. And these are called as columns or features. Okay. Now, whenever you have this data, now how many columns are there? One, two, three, four, five, six. So whenever you take a tabular data, in that one column, I'm taking it this column, just take it as it is not mandatory that it should be at the last. So one column will be a dependent column. Okay. Now remaining all, whatever is there, these are called as independent columns. Column. So when you give this data to the model, okay, you will just tell to the model that this is the independent. I'm talking about the machine learning. Okay. I'm not talking about the deep learning. I'm talking about the machine learning. In the machine learning, we are going to say that these are, let's give it as column labels A, B, C, D, E, and this I will give it as S. Now I will say to the model that A, B, C, D, E are independent columns and S is the dependent column. Okay. And I will give the data to the model. What the model will do is like, it will try to estimate the relationship between these two, all the independent columns with dependent column. Dependent column means a column which is completely dependent on the independent columns. And independent columns means which are completely independent. Okay, they are not dependent on any factor. They are completely, they will exist on their own. They are not dependent on anything. Whereas dependent column is completely dependent on the independent column. Okay, independent columns. So we are going to give it this one. This is my dependent column. This is my independent column. That's what I will say to the model. And what the model will do is like, it will try to find out the relationship between, on what basis this value we are getting using this. That's what the relationship it will get it. Now, after getting that, after it understand the relationship between independent and dependent column, automatically, when you give some new set of independent data, then it will give us the output as a, now new set of independent data means you are giving all the patient details over here. Then it will say it as whether the person is having cancer or not. Okay, first you have to give the data, the independent columns and dependent, it will learn from it. It will completely, it will learn on its own. Then after that, you are going to give a new set of patient details, it will say that the person is having cancer or not. Okay. Now, in a simple way, if you say that, okay, I will give you this, we know it very well. Now, just take it. I'm having English marks, maths marks, science marks, and computer. Okay. Now I will have the average. Okay, average. Now, or let's take it, yeah, let's keep it average. Now, in this, I'll ask you a simple question. What is the dependent column? What is the independent column? Can someone say me what is the dependent column and what are the independent columns?
Yeah, average is the dependent column and the rest will be the independent.
Wow, that's awesome. But yeah, the same thing we are going to do it. This is our independent column. This is my dependent column. Independent and dependent. Now, when I give this one to my model, what the model will do is like, what is the relationship between these and this? How these are helping to get the average? That is what it will extract. Now, how we will get the average? Before that, we have to add them and then divided by number of them. This relationship, it will estimate it. Okay. And based on that, if you give it a next set of marks, it will say the average. Very clearly, it will say the average. This is the way the model works. Now, I'm giving a very simple stuff, but as it goes very complicated, it will able to get it. It will get the data. It will try to understand the relationship between independent and dependent. Based on that, it will start doing the prediction. Is it clear?
Yes, yeah, I am clear. So just last question. So here is we are passing the model, right? So model is developed by the developer, means is a for us as a AI developer, or someone has developed by this model. Just we are going to use, or we need to develop these models.
It depends. It depends. Like if you are now, first of all, what you are expecting that it is a model means. What you are getting to your mind?
I think model, in my opinion, model is predefined predictions. Can we call that predefined predictions?
No, no, no. That's what happens. Usually, what the people think is that model, in a sense, it is a lengthy program based on the algorithm. No, it is not like that. Here comes the beauty of the Python. What the Python will do is like it will take all the complexity, and it will make the model, building up the model, a two-step process for us in machine learning. When it comes to the deep learning, there the steps will be increased a bit, and it may go up to like maybe 10 lines or so, 10 to 15 lines. But all the real complexity is being taken by your Python over there, Python library. Now I will show you in a minute.
Yeah,
Just remind me. I will show
yeah,
you how we can create a model based on the algorithm.
yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for your clarification. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Um,
Now,
Arjun, follow-up
yes.
question, if you don't mind. Okay, so you are in this scenario, so how do you define the model name?
What do you mean by that?
So you're saying about the model is an algorithm of a program or application. So
Uh-huh.
now, okay, how do you define for this scenario, English, math, science, maybe that kind of data set we have, and now how you can call that model name?
Okay, 1 second. Yeah, you can consider that one. Okay. Yeah, you are asking me something like you are saying that how we can define the model, right?
Right.
Okay. See, I will ask you a simple question. Now, you are a manager in a company. Okay, you are a manager in a company. Now you want to hire the MBA guy or a MTech guy to your company requirements. Okay, you know that an MTech guy or an MTech guy is required for you. You will call the multiple people for that. And why you are calling so many people? You can take only one person who is an MTech guy and you can hire it and you can proceed further, right? Why you will be calling like 10 to 15 people and then you are going to evaluate? Why that process is required, please?
To select the best one.
Best one who suits your problem, like your company requirement. What is his, whether he is perfect fit for your company requirement. That's what you're going to do. All are MTech, all are MTech, 100% they are suitable as per your requirement, but only thing is that you are looking at their performance, how, what is their approach and all this. In the same way, there are multiple algorithms will be there. I'm says each algorithm, okay, each algorithm we will prepare a model with the help of an algorithm. Okay, and so for one problem statement, like this problem statement, what I'll do it is I will try different algorithms. Okay, I will try different algorithms and I will find out which one is understanding my problem statement and which one is giving the best of the score to me. Based on that, I'm going to select that particular model, that particular algorithm. Like for example, I will give it as just I have 5 algorithms like logistic regression, like KNN, decision tree, SVM, and random forest. These are the 5 algorithms which can work on this problem statement. Just think that. Okay. So what we are going to do it is I will pass on this data to all the models. Okay, all the models means the program which is based on the algorithm. So when I prepare a model based on the algorithm, I will pass on my data to all of them and I will ask them to learn. They will learn, and after that I will test their understanding. I will do a testing evaluation process. Once I will do the evaluation process, I will come to know that which model is perfectly understood by their score, and whichever one is having the highest score, I will go and implement that particular model. Simple. Okay.
Got it.
Just like
Okay.
how you evaluate the multiple interviewers and says candidates to find out the best of the guy who can suit your problem statement, the same thing I will do it over here. But you may ask me whether the client may be objecting. Client will don't know. Who knows why client is worried about the internal model? What is the internal model or internal algorithm? All the client is worried is how much accuracy he is getting on the problem statement. That's it. He's more worried about that. He's not worried about what is going on internally. He want to get the best of the accuracy and he will ask us that. Okay. Any more questions? Now, is there any questions?
Good.
Yeah. Osav. I don't know how to pronounce this name. Ethinosa. In this case, can the model be seen as a black box that can establish the relationship between dependent and independent values in a data set? See, Ethinos. Like, okay, I'm really sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. See, here it will not establish the relationship. Already relationship is there. Only thing our model try to know that how this relationship established. Already there is relationship is there between independent and dependent. Independent, dependent, and I mean to say is independent. Dependent means there is relationship between them. Only thing our model, what it will do is like, it will try to estimate the relationship, how this relationship is established. And based on this relationship, how it is established, it will start predicting the things. That's it. Is it clear? Thanks. Any more questions, guys? Okay. Now let's take it forward. So the author Samuel is the one who coined this term called as machine learning. Okay, when he coined again in 1959 in Dartmouth conference of MIT. Now you may be getting doubt that here Dartmouth conference, artificial intelligence, we called it as it is again done in the Dartmouth conference. Now the second one is your machine learning. Machine learning also is being coined in the Dartmouth conference. What is the specialty about the Dartmouth conference? See, I will tell you what is the specialty of this Dartmouth conference. See, it was right away after Second World War. Okay, the Second World War was done in 1945. Now, when the Second World War was like ended, okay, then immediately there were two superpowers sprang up. One is like US, and the other was like USSR. Now USSR is not there, we know it. The USA is the one, and USSR, and they were they are competing in all the possible ways to maintain that superpower status and getting an edge over the other. So what the US was doing at that time was, it was inviting the like best of the brains around the world to come down and establish themselves in the US. And as a part of this process, they conducted the conferences. This was a 5 years conferences they conducted in Dartmouth, in the college called as Dartmouth. And as it was in the college Dartmouth, so the name was given as Dartmouth Conference. Dartmouth Conference. And it was started from 1956. Sorry, it should be 1956. And then it 1957, 1958, 1959, and 1960. Except then 1958, all these 4 years were very, very productive from the AI prospects. From the AI prospects, it was very productive. Okay, now I will tell you one after the other, not to worry about. So now, getting back to our machine learning. So machine learning is a type of artificial intelligence that allows the machine to extract the knowledge from the data on its own without explicitly programmed. Okay, now this was done by Arthur Samuel. Now when we were talking about the artificial intelligence, I just said that Mr. John McCarthy was nothing, he was not having any what do you call it as, nothing materialistic was available with him to present it on the dais, but he was explaining the end-to-end process, how we can make a machine intelligent so that it can perform like humans. Okay, but when it comes to the machine learning, that is Mr. Arthur Samuel, what he was actually practically experienced this. What he experienced was in 1952, that is maybe 7 years before this, actually when he came up to the dais and spoke about the machine learning. Before that, when he was working with the IBM, he developed a checkers program. Now checkers program, in a sense, just like you can take it as chess program. Okay, and he developed a chess program. What happened was, now I will just give it. He developed a chess program over here. on his system, and he was inviting all his friends and colleagues and all his known people to come down and try to test this particular program. And everyone was coming and everyone was testing this program. And you should understand, it was in 1952, and their resources were not so good, and not the technology was not so evolved, nothing was there. But still he was managed to somehow managed to write a program which can play the chess. Now when if suppose you are going now and you are playing this game, now you may be defeating this one in maybe 8 to 10 moves or something like that. Because that is not so intelligent to defend itself. It was just like a normal program, so you are able to defeat it in 8 to 10 moves, that's it. But what was happening is, the constantly as the people were moving and playing continuously, so this now after a couple of weeks, like continuously for a couple of weeks everyone is playing. Now after a couple of weeks again you went on and you played this game. Now this time when you went to the same program and you did the same moves, this time the system was defending itself. And before we were able to defeat this one in 8 to 10 moves, but now it was taking like more than 8 to 10, maybe it may be taking like 20 to 25 moves to defeat it. Of course you are defeating it, but see that it is started defending itself. Now, when we inquired about with the author Samuel, did he change anything internally with the program and the coding and logic and all those things? He said that no, I didn't touch it. It is the same. Then how this is happening? This is happening because that particular program was learning by itself. Whenever you are going and playing that one, it is learning by itself, and it is started defending itself. So that is where he used the word that machine is learning by itself. And then he came up with the term called as machine learning. That's what it is. C allows the machine to extract the knowledge from the data on its own without explicitly programmed. So as you are working on that or you're playing, the model was, or the machine was learning on its own. That is what is called as your machine. Okay. Now, initially when they looked at, the machine learning and the artificial intelligence, they felt that these are the two different things. Now, that guy was saying that I'm going to create an intelligent machines which can simulate the human behavior. Now, when this person is saying that machines are learning by itself, but one of the common features over here is learning by itself. Even human will be learning throughout its lifetime on its own. And here also machines are learning on its own. So they are very closely related. But that was realized later. Now, if I give you a small example, hope you get it in a better way. Now, suppose you are having an open plot. Open plot in a sense like you are having a plot where you can build a house. Now everything is set. You are having the open plot, you are having the house, everything is there. You are having money and everything. You are ready to build the house. Everything is on the plate. Now, before starting this, what you're going to do it is, you will approach an architect and you will ask him to give a model house. That is a design. This design, we will call it as a blueprint. Right? We usually call it as blueprint. What is this blueprint consists of? The rules and regulations how to build the house. Now, if you are having this, it doesn't mean to say that you are having a house in this. No. Based on this, you are going to build the house. Okay. This is only a structure. Okay. How to build the house. It is just a structure which tells us how to build the house. When this is the actual, you have to build the house. Is it fine? Now, very, very important is why we are talking about this one is, see, based on this, when you come down and build it a house, then only you will get the house over here, right? Now, this is just a plan. This is our AI. AI tells us how to build an intelligent machines which can mimic human behavior. And based on this AI, you are going to build the actual intelligent machines. This is nothing but your ML or DL. Is it clear, guys? So AI is nothing but a concept which tells us how to build the intelligent machines. Okay, based on this rules and regulations of an how to build an intelligence, we are going to actually build intelligent machines using the ML, machine learning, or DL. This is the actual relationship between AI, ML, or DL. Is it clear, guys? Any doubts? Is it fine? You all are there?
Yes. Yeah. Can we say that AI is the logical thing and ML is the physical thing?
Yeah, yeah, you can say it as
Yeah. Okay. So what about the DL? DL, what is the full form of DL?
deep learning.
Deep learning. Okay. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Thanks.
See, actually, what happens is some of the problems we can't deal it with the ML. ML is having its own limitations. Okay, it can't deal with the some of the very complicated problems with a large volume of data and higher dimensional data and all those things. To rectify these drawbacks of the machine learning, we are having the DL. DL is a one which which can be used for the more complicated problems like computer vision, natural language processing, and all these things. Okay, we are going to talk about them. We are going to talk about them. Okay, so this is how it is like. Now, next one is called as deep learning. Now, deep learning is the future, no doubt about that. Now, your generative AI, what we are talking, that is a subset of your deep learning. Okay, that's nothing but, and you can say that deep generative AI is an extension of your deep learning. In order to know the deep learning generative AI, we need to know the deep learning. Okay, so how you will define a deep learning? Deep learning is we can say it as um, it is a type of, or we can say it as it is a subset of machine learning and artificial intelligence. Okay, it is a subset of machine learning and artificial, that is, it is derived from machine learning and artificial intelligence, the deep learning, and which mainly works on biological neural network, the structure of the human brain. Okay, it mainly works on the human brain, how the human brain works. So whenever you come across DL, that is deep learning, remember always this is based on the human brain. Okay, now I will tell you, just give me a minute. Actually, what is this deep learning? Deep learning is a type of, or it is a subset of machine learning and subset of machine learning and artificial intelligence, which uses artificial neural network to train the models, which uses the artificial neural network to train the models in extracting the features on their own. Okay, so I will just put it on a quick note over here. It is a subset of machine learning and deep learning, sorry, machine learning and artificial intelligence, which use or uses artificial neural network to train the model to extract features on its own, sorry, on its own. Now, I will give you a basic understanding, then you will be very much clear with this deep learning. Okay. Now, deep learning deals with the two major problems. One is called as computer vision. Second one is called as NLP. NLP stands for natural language processing. Now, what is computer vision? Now, if you check it out very closely, it is having the computer and vision. Computer and vision. What do you mean by that is computer vision. Vision means seeing. Computer vision means you are giving the computer the ability to see and recognize the things. That is what is called as computer vision. Okay, you are giving the computer the ability to see and recognize the things is called as computer vision. Okay, and this is implemented using the CNN and gangs and a bit of ANN. Okay, now natural language processing. What is natural language processing? Means you are giving the computer the ability to understand human language. First case, you are giving the computer the ability to see and recognize the things. The best example I can give it is your phone must be having like facial recognition system, right? You can the you when you keep it when you lock your system or when you lock your phone, you can unlock it you by just showing your face. Okay, that is facial recognition. So what is this happens is the system the your phone will take all the features of your face, and based on that it will set up a pattern, and whenever it sees the same face it will unlock your phone. This is like it is seeing you and recognizing you and unlocking it. This is what is called as, computer vision. Or if you give a picture of different vehicles, the car, bike, cycle, and scooter, and bus, and lorry, all these things, your system will recognize them. Yeah, this is the bike, this is the car, this is the bus, like that it is recognized. This is called as the computer vision. Okay, now when it comes to the NLP, you are making the system understand human language. Okay, the best example is Alexa, Siri in your Apple phone, iPhone, that is Siri is there, where you can speak and it will understand your language and it will do the things on its own. This is an example of NLP, natural language processing. Clear? Now, as I was saying it, so deep learning is, now this is done with the help of RNN, LSTM, or GRU, or we are having a bidirectional LSTM, like there many are there. These are the ones we will use it for that. Okay, now as I was saying you, the deep learning is actually based on the human brain. Now when you take it a human brain, now let's take it as this is a human brain. Okay, this is a human brain. Now this human brain is really, it is a very complicated thing. Even till now the uh, the doctors were not able to completely understand how it will work. Okay. Now, if you take it, this human brain, you know, there are a very important components will be there. That is a small cells. These cells, we will call it as neurons. And these neurons usually they are connected to each other. So they are called as neural network. They are called as neural network. Now, what happens exactly is, so if you are seeing a person over here, let's take it. Now you are seeing a person. So what happens is, this is considered as a input, the seeing. And each and every feature of that person is stored in a neuron, each neuron. What I mean by features means maybe like eye structure maybe is there in the first neuron, second one maybe nose, third one maybe hair, fourth one maybe his cheeks or his ears or his mouth, all these things, his hair, everything will be stored in a network. That is the reason why if you see, um, now if you take it any of the heroes, the movie heroes, what happens is, um, if I show you their eyes or their hairstyle or their nose, you are able to recognize him. 100% you will recognize him. Then if I ask individually, like, can you please explain me so and so hero's features, then you can't explain how his eyes look, you can't explain. But if I show in 10 of them his eyes, you are able to recognize him. How is that possible? That is because of the neurons. Now another example is, now you can take it, you are like you see your friends, right? You recognize him. Suppose he is putting an helmet and he is driving a bike and is coming towards you, still you will able to recognize him. Not only that, now when he is standing on the road, okay, near the cafe or something like that, he's standing looking on to the other side, you are only able to see his back, still you are able to recognize him. How? Because of this neurons. Because of the neurons, it will take up the each and every feature and it will store it. Now why I'm giving such a big lecture about the neurons? Because based on these neurons, the you know, we created, especially in the deep learning, we created a artificial neuron. We created an artificial neuron over here, and they are interconnected, so they are in a network. What are these? Artificial neurons. These are biological neurons. They are called as neural network, biological neural network or neural network. This one is an artificial version of the biological neural network. So we call it as artificial neural network. Artificial. Your entire deep learning is based on this artificial neural network. The advancement of artificial neural network is CNN, convolutional neural network. And another advancement of this is RNN, recurrent neural network. This is used for your computer vision. This is used for your NLP. Clear? So this is how your deep learning. See this? CNN and RNN. These are the extension of your artificial neural network. Clear? So this is the way you are. Now here, what happened was, there was a gentleman. Actually, the evolution of this deep learning was started way back in 1942 only. But actual real revolution happened was in 2006 by a gentleman called as Jeffrey Hinton. Jeffrey Hinton. Now, this Jeffrey Hinton has introduced a concept called as back propagation. And because of this back propagation, deep learning was really boosted like anything else. And all the different private players started investing in the deep learning. That is what exactly happened with the deep learning. Now this guy, what's his name, like Jeffrey Hinton, he's still alive, and he is a head of AI, head of Google. He's working as a AI head of Google. Okay, now this is about your deep learning. Now what is generative AI? Now generative AI is nothing but, now here try to understand this. What is a machine learning will do? Machine learning will learn from the data, and it will start giving you the answers when you ask about that particular data. Okay, just now I told you an example. If I give it a stock market data, and you ask the question about stock market, it will give you about the stock market. And if you are giving about the cancer data, then you give the patient details and ask whether he's having a cancer or not, it will give you an answer whether he's. So based on the data, it will learn and it will start giving you the answers, right? Now when it comes to the, okay, I will tell you, Hari. Just give me a minute. Okay, when it comes to the deep learning, this is a bit more advanced. Okay, it is a bit more advanced. Now you can give it a very complicated data. Like for example, you are giving an image. Like for example, I will give your images, like maybe 100 different images, and it will learn from your images, facial features, facial recognition, your emotions from the images. And then if I show you the current picture, then it will tell us that what is the situation with you. You are in a happy mood, or you are sad, or you are neutral, or you are very angry, or what it is. So such a minute features also it can extract it. But again, based on the data, whatever the data you give it, based on the data, it will help us to recognize the things. But when it comes to the generative AI, when it comes to the generative AI, what the generative AI will do is also here also same process. You are going to create a model, and you are going to give the data to the model. Based on the data, it will learn from the data, and it will start giving you the answers. The same, everything is same, but only difference is the size. Okay, you are going to create the model, yes. You are going to give the data to the model, yes. Now the size is the one which differs over here. Now what I mean is, this model will be having a very sophisticated resources. Okay, very high end processors, everything will be very high end. Okay, now when it comes to the data, you are going to get it the data around the internet. Around the internet, whatever data is there, we will get it and we will train it. So this is the model which is getting trained. This is a very high-end model. No doubt it is a very high-end model. Okay, with very high-end processors and memory, and everything is very high-end. And to that, you are going to give it a complete data from the worldwide www. Okay, and whatever data is there over the internet, that data we are going to give it. It will learn from this data. Of course, it will take time. It is pretty expensive process, very expensive process. Okay, it is not like we can't do it by an individual. No way. Either it should be an organization, well established organization like Google, Microsoft, IBM, something like that, or a government of a country like Yeah, like Chinese government supported the deep seek like that. Okay, or it should be a very reputed and very rich institutions like MIT or IIT from India. Like these are the ones who can support it because it is very, very expensive process. Okay. Now, once we do it, what will happen is this model will be trained with the worldwide data present over the internet. Okay. Now, what this will do is like it will regenerate the things. It is not only recognize the things based on the data what you give it, not that. It will regenerate the things based on your requirement. That is the power of the generative AI. It will regenerate altogether new content. Like if you are asking something like okay, flying elephant, I want to see a picture like flying elephant. Now realistically it is not possible. Now you can't expect an elephant is flying in the sky, right? It is not possible. But this will regenerate the things. That is what the beauty of the generative AI. Okay, it will regenerate the things. How I can define this generative AI is it is a type of artificial intelligence that focus on creating the new content based on the prompt. Prompt is nothing but the request, whatever request I'm requesting, right? I want to see a flying elephant. That is, I'm raising a question. I'm requesting you. This is called as prompt in the generative AI. In general terminology, our search string. Search string, we will call it as a prompt. So here we are going to give it prompt. Now the person who is very good with the prompts, they are called as prompt engineers. Okay, hope you got it. So this is what it is. Now, what are the things it can regenerate it? It can regenerate so many things, like it can regenerate the images. Okay, it can regenerate the videos. It can regenerate the audio. Yeah, this is quite amazing. If I give you a voice, okay, like a couple of files of yours, it will know your frequency of the voice and it can start speaking like you. Okay, and also like text regeneration, text regeneration, music regeneration. So these are some of the amazing things we can do it with the generative AI. Now, as I told you, like training the generative AI model is pretty expensive and it is a time take process. Now, we can't do it this as on daily basis. You should understand. So the training itself will take weeks together. So you can't train it on the daily basis, right? So what happens is the one of the biggest drawback previously, one of the biggest drawback with the generative AI was it was not updated with the latest information. Okay, latest information, it was like maybe 1 month back or 15 days back data, it will give you the answers. But latest information, no, it will not give you the answers. Okay, that was a previous. Then came up the agentic AI. What is the agentic AI will be doing is it will try to establish the bridge between the generative AI model with the latest updates. So it will help us to update the generative AI with the latest information, whatever is there. Now, again, the generative AI models are trained with the entire data, what is available over the internet. But what is this agentic AI will do is like it will suppose yesterday we finished training our model, generative AI model. So till yesterday, it is perfectly updated with all the information. So from today morning, whatever is been done, I'm going to update it with the help of the agentic AI. I will not train entire data over here. I will take only this data, what is required, that I will train it with my generative AI model. With the help of, there is something called as land graph and all these things. Based on this, we are going to do it. Okay, this is what is called as agentic AI. Okay, so this is all about the different. Now if I want to put it graphically to make you understand, so now I will say it as, this may be my AI. Okay, and obviously, as I told you, AI is implemented with ML. This is my ML. Okay, and I will give it this. Then we will be having the DL. DL is a subset of your ML. Okay, now again, for performing the, or for learning the DL, ML is not required for you. Okay, ML is not required for us. Okay, now, and the next one is generative AI. Generative AI is a subset of your DL. I can give it again this one. Okay, and inside the generative AI, we are having the agentic AI over here. This agentic AI is a very recent concept. It's been hardly 6 months or 8 months it happened. It is something like this. Okay, so I can put it on as, like, this is my AI, this is my ML, this is my DL, this is my generative AI, and this is my agentic AI. AI. This is a way. Now, to all of this, the data is the one which is source. Without data, we can't do anything. So the data science will be coming as a source of data to all of them. Okay, we will be giving the data science as a source of data to all of them. So this is what exactly your graphical representation of your relationship between AI, ML, DL, Gen AI, and agentic AI. Okay, any queries, guys? Any queries, please?
Um, Arjun, actually, I have one more question.
Yes, sorry.
Suppose if we want to feed or maybe train for the specific data, okay,
Mhm,
not whole data, like so all the data from the different resources. I
mhm,
need to set up only a limited data. Actually, I just start up my new company, and
mhm,
I need to set up for feed for a specific security data for the specific model.
mhm, mhm.
Is it possible to do train for the models?
Yes, it is possible. Now, again, it depends how you want to go with. You want a small ML model, or you can train it. No, I want a LLM model, large language model, like very big large language model, and I want to utilize their knowledge, what is the knowledge they are trained with, and also I want that model should be very specifically giving the answers on my particular data. That also it is possible.
Okay, so it is based on the approach of MML and small
LLM,
model.
LLM,
Okay.
LLM, or the ML model. It's up to you how you want to go with it. But it is possible. Now, what I will give you a scenario. See, some of the companies I worked for, these companies. I means I was helping them with this project. So um, they wanted like all the knowledge what it LLM has. See, LLM is like ocean. Literally, it is like ocean. Just check it out your chat GPT or Gemini. Whatever you question you ask, it will give you the answer. And that will be a very perfect pinpoint answer will be there. Okay, very rarely it will fail, but it will give you the perfect answers. Okay. Now just imagine, like, entire data what is there over the internet, it got trained, and it will, whatever you ask, it will try to give you the answer, right? Now some of the companies, what they want is, they want to utilize this knowledge. What is the data which is the trained with, they want to utilize this knowledge. At the same time, they want to train my model, or they want this LLM to be specifically working on their data, whatever the question you ask. Then in that case, so if I give it this data directly to an LLM which is present online, that is nothing but you are making your confidential data publicly available. That's what it will happen. So I want to make it restricted, so that my data should not be publicly available. At the same time, I want to use the all the knowledge what it gathered over the time, training itself from a very large data of over the internet. Then you can download that particular model locally into your local system. Local system is, don't assume that it will be your system, says your desktop. No, it is not. It is like cloud based servers and all those things. You will just download it, and then it will be like local LLM for you. Then you will train it with our specific data, so that it can specifically work on your data. At the same time, it has all the knowledge what is required, what it gained over the time through internet, all these things. You can do it all these things. Is it clear?
Uh, yes, Arjun. Actually, in my company also, they are trying to create one specific chatbot
Mm-hmm.
for the very limited for the company point of view only.
Mm-hmm.
So in the, I don't know exactly, but they are using maybe probably a LLM or maybe SLM.
Okay. SLM is the smaller version of the LLM. That LLM will be having all the data, like not only your own specific data, whatever the question asks, generally it will give you the answer. Now, when you go with the SLM, what will happen is it will be specific for your data and your customers, and whatever they are going to ask related to your business, then only that will be answered.
Yes. Okay.
Sure.
Got it. Thank you.
That's fine. Any more questions, please?
And
Okay.
also the difference
Yes.
between the ML and the DL. How do you difference between ML and DL? Can we speak
See,
about exclusive for the DL?
so ML is nothing but you are going to deal with a basic problems. When you want to go with an extreme level problems, like, as I told you, NLP, natural language processing, and computer vision, then your ML will not work over there. So your DL has to come into the picture. So whenever the data is small and the problem is very simple, then we will go with the ML. Now, no, the data is very, very large, and it's a very complicated problem statements like computer vision, or like your NLP kind of stuff, then we have to go with our deep learning.
It will not come like a all together picture. Like suppose I want to use for the ML, LL, natural language process and also ML, DL and generate the any new data. Is it not possible or maybe?
For new data, you can go with generative AI. See, the extension of your DL is Gen AI. The extension of, now the restriction of the deep learning is it can't generate the new data. It can take over the large volume, large data, and it will learn from the data and give a solution for the complicated problems. Now you are talking about the chatbot, right? Now
Right.
chatbot is real problem is, understanding the syntactical meaning of the sentence. That is very, very important. Now what is the person is saying? Okay, you have to understand, and your model has to reply over there. So that is a real challenge. But the extension of the deep learning is, now these kind of problems, chatbot problems, you can't do it with the ML. If you do it also, the accuracy level will be low. When it comes to the deep learning, it will be very perfect for your chatbots, or sentiment analysis, or text classification, or something like that. But when it comes to generative AI, it will regenerate the things. It will take it you to the next level. It will regenerate the images, regenerate the music, and it is a multi-modal. Means what is a multi-modal means? You can perform multiple tasks with a single model. Now, in deep learning, like if you wanted to deal with the images, we will go with the CNN model. If you want to go with the NLP problem, we will go with RNN or LSTM model. Of course, there is an option for us is there where we can make it a multi-model and we can do it with the both. That's you can leave it. But as of now, you can take it. These are the two. Now, what is the generative AI will do is like it is giving us a multi-model where it can perform multiple tasks at a time. Multiple tasks. It will deal with the images, it will deal with the voice, it will deal with the text. All these things it can do it with a single model. That's the beauty of the generative AI. And it will regenerate the contents. Okay, it will altogether regenerate the content. So now I will show you a small example over here. Um, Transfer learning is a concept. Okay, I will just show you, then you will understand. Um, Now I'm taking this one, or let's take it this one. I will take this one. Hope it will work for me. Now, now you can take these images. See, these images looks like this is generated by the gangs. Okay, these are generated by the gangs. Now, these people never existed. They never existed. They never existed. They never born. These are the images which are created by the gang. Again, there is a lot of problems are there. Here you can see the image, and here this image and this image. There is a defects are there, but now it is more refined and very good. But look at the like content. You are getting like an image of a human which was never existed. Okay, now this is kind of a defected kind of stuff. You will be getting it. Some of them will be very, you will not even be able to recognize it. Now you can take it this one or this one. So some of them are like these are some of the images which are the images which are generated by the um see this, look at this, look at this quality. Look at this. Now look at the perfection what we got it. They never existed. It is a gang generated images, and it is so perfect that yeah, there will be some of the mistakes will be there when you observe it very carefully. Here you can see the ears. There's a mistake is there in the ears. Okay, here also the same thing, something like ears over here, which is now here the eye. Look at the right side eye and left side, there's a difference is there. Slightly there will be a difference will be there. Again, on a single glance you can't identify them. Okay, they will be very closely matching with the humans. Now this cannot be done with the deep learning. This is done with the generative AI. Generative and deep learning will not generate the things. In the same way, whatever the ML can, whatever the DL can be done, the ML can't do it. And whatever the generative AI can be done, the DL, because these are enhanced versions. ML enhancement is DL, DL enhancement is generative AI. Clear, guys? Any questions, please?
So this generative AI also regenerate based on any algorithms
Yeah,
or any
it is.
specific program is designed.
It is already designed. Now, a gentleman was saying me, like it is a transfer learning. See, transfer learning is a concept which says that already trained model we are going for to use it for our own purpose. So generative AI is, we are not going to give our own algorithms over there. Already the model is trained. Model train ఉంది. Already the model is trained. A model, you can't train it on your own. You are getting that model and utilizing for your own purpose. Generative AI is damn easy compared to that of your deep learning. Deep learning, you will be doing the end-to-end coding. Whereas generative AI, you are going to utilize the model which is already existing for your own purpose. This is called as transfer learning in the older terminology. Now they will call it as fine tuning. They will call it as fine tuning. We are going to train the existing model on our own data. This term we will call it as fine tuning. Okay.
Got it.
Any more questions, please? Chalo, I will stop it over here. And one single note, guys, simple note I want to put it like, by Friday will be our last classes as a demos. And from there on, from Monday, we will be doing the classes on a different link. The people, whoever is enrolled before this Friday, they will be getting that link, which we can continue from Monday. Okay, still we are having like 2 days classes left out, but still before ahead I'm informing you, so you are, please enroll it if anyone wanted interested in proceeding further. And from Monday we will be changing the link. Okay, thank you very much guys for your time. I really appreciate. Thank you very much. I'm ending up the session, guys.